What a bunch of donuts. If you have to wear a mask, carry this document about, a legal document taking back your own control. So get this, the masks are 100% only to do with plugging you in with AI. And this may sound a bit crazy now, but I will join these dots very clearly later. And look at this thing coming out soon. Even fake space got in on the mask programming. You see, with the corona psyop, more old people are dying, but the reasons are simple. Number 1, masks lack oxygen and contain bacteria. 2, excessive hand washing with chemical sanitizers remove needed bacteria. 3, ventilators kill old people. 4, negative placebo. 5, increased EMF. And 6, and probably the biggest one, is fear. Reducing sunlight is a super demonic thing to do, especially if you know how the mystics in ancient Egypt worshipped the sun god Ra. This strange cycle people are being mind controlled into will for sure create some really bad health. They even said in 2017 that those with flu jabs will be the first to die in a pandemic. He's gone. Make another TikTok video.
Outside for food, for health reasons, for exercise, or if you're an essential key worker.
The hospitals are so nice at the moment, they're taking newborn babies away from their mothers for 2 weeks. Now let's look at some symbolism. Gatesy boys Microsoft had a nice pandemic Xbox game last year. Remember in the last episode we covered the 2012 Olympic ceremony symbolism? Well, at the same time, Boris Johnson then said his excitement was like a benign virus. At the event 201, which a lot of you know about now, they were giving out toys that look very much like a Corona logo. The stay-at-home logo could be seen as Masonic. The black shoes and black headband standing on a black line aren't great symbolism here, nor is the boy who clapped for 12 hours with the long black gloves on, nor the black Corona logo top right. Is everybody clapping because they've had their rights and freedoms taken away?
Government rules at this time. You must stay home. Only be outside for food, for health reasons, for exercise.
Jet fighters and a bomber in Arizona flew over a city to say thank you for nurses. This is really a subconscious show of power. A UK newspaper, very pro World War II, trying to deliver the patriotism. And this quote's quite interesting. Hard-fought freedoms they won for us all have never been so valued. This is unbelievable. The UK dude Hancock, hand on his cock, with a 33 next to his head. Total ceremony magic energy, this guy. It says pick 10 friends in black and white. This is a link to Kabbalah, Klepotic Tree of Life for sure. Interesting here is a festival in Panama was locked down and people have been trapped there for 2 months now, surrounded by military with guns. All sorts of people there with mental health issues at the moment. The embassies won't help. This is some sort of a weird little ritual going on probably.
See, their morals, their code, it's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve.
Some friends of mine recently have been on the jungle juice in different countries, and each had drones come along in the sky, circling around very close. So for sure the elite are measuring frequency spikes. Humanity is being treated like this, and because humanity seems to love it, My face looks a lot like this these days, and sometimes a bit of this. Okay, what is coming? Social media is coming down on anyone questioning the elite lies. Even the army is getting involved in shutting down real investigators. I mean, the army are quite funny. They are so mind-controlled, they're going to get sprayed with insect repellent due to corona. They say corona can be found on the outside surface of fruit. Here we have some corona outbreaks in the meat industry in Germany. Also note that laboratory GMO meat companies' stocks have gone through the roof in recent weeks. See the movie Blade Runner 2049 for the predictive programming on this. The elite are saying multiple lockdowns and many waves, just like I predicted in previous episodes. And they are pushing this tracking app. India's got a bit tasty and spicy with the tracking app, publicly giving out names and GPS coordinates of people with the fake corona. I mean, we can play with the imagination, but the tracking app could also be used for the elite to target specific blood groups. Most countries are doing a super slow lift of lockdown. This is to stop any large protest or revolt. And if they smash up your income over a longer period, and you then rely on the government, you're less likely to revolt, as it's their money that feeds your children. England said no pubs or restaurants until July at least, and by then most will have gone bust. The elites will calm the lockdown, as in July and August it's very hot. The big wave 2 will come around October. Many countries are going to start doing these regional alert levels, so a city can be locked down, then it's okay, then another city's locked down, just to keep this bubbling in the consciousness. These two articles from the mainstream media are probably actually true, because the United Kingdom people are pretty much the kings of apathy. Some children have actually gone back to school. This is France. Super traumatise your children. Remind you of anything? So London went back to work, crowded underground trains, and nobody died, nobody collapsed, no corona. Celebrities came out last week and said they want an overhaul of values and economies. Our old friend, the war criminal, Tony Blair, came out of his hellhole to tell us this.
Keeping people alive. And then thirdly, we're working on the global coordination picture, because one of the things that has been shocking, as I've said right from the very beginning, is the absence of global coordination. I think out of this, we have to look at the global architecture of governance again and ask whether it's really fit for purpose.
You're not fit for purpose, Blairy boy, unless it's the testing of a meat grinder. Lots of Walmarts have shut, for sure to be made into FEMA camps. All over the UK media is this talk of immunity passport to go back to work. Yes, it does use blockchain technology, but this doesn't mean that all crypto assets are elite controlled. Please do your research. So these immunity passports will be biometric for sure. I remember earlier I said the masks are linked to AI. Well, once you have the immunity passport, then you can take your mask off, and then those left wearing a mask will be looked upon as lepers. Dirty, low-tech, unevolved, disease-ridden lower-class peasants that can't go to the cinema. A new bill went through Congress in America this week. Get this, the 6666 bill. in case treble six didn't get you going, they just got to add another one. Testing, Reaching and Contacting Everyone Act. This is a law, basically, which is going to make sure you are all tracked. Holland, which is supposed to be liberal and chilled out, said no sporting events without a vaccine, just as I predicted. Now, I don't think the elite are going to do mandatory vaccines for years, but they will do it this way. It's your choice to have a vaccine, but no sport, no cinema, shopping malls, flying or schools. So over some years, slowly, most people will want the vaccine.